All right, bring it on down. Good morning, Rodswell. Good morning. How are you guys? Yes, Mel is great. Is anybody else great? Yeah. Okay, I love that. You're pretty good. All right, you guys. It looks a little different in here today, right? Yeah. Yeah. All right, you guys, I'm super excited for today. Melody, thank you so much for setting everything up. Everybody give Melody some love because she always she's always giving, and she is Miss Sunshine. If you need to know about anybody in this market center, I trust that you know she knows it all because you tell her all. Just saying. Yeah. Just saying. All right, you guys. Today is a different meeting because we are doing meet the teams. Now it's a smaller, more intimate, right? We don't have all of our teams here because we wanted it to be smaller, more intimate for you. So we've got 5 teams represented. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got more than that. 1, 2. How many do we have? 6, 5. What do we have? 5 or 6. All right. So we've got 5 teams. Here's how we're going to run this morning. I want you guys to go. You've already got your food, so that's great. We're gonna cover the stats because don't we need to be market experts?
Yes.
Always, right? Always we have to be market experts. And then we're going to, wow, would you look at this? Woo-wee. And then you're gonna get a chance to meet some teams. Now, here's the deal. If you are on a team right now, should you go over, Sarah? You're commercial, but let's pretend you weren't. Would you go over and talk to Tom Burton about leaving Mark's team?
No.
No. No wife swapping here. No kid swapping, no wife swapping, no team swapping, right? But if you would like to learn more about that team and learn more about what that team has to offer, now is the time that you can talk to 5 of them. Sound good? Everybody know the routine now? Good deal. All right, we're gonna get started. So here we go. There we go. Miss Raven, may I have, there you go. We're gonna watch this video. You probably saw it. I laughed hysterically when I laughed hysterically when I saw this, because if this isn't our life, guys, I don't know what it is. So go ahead and roll that video.
When your real estate license is coming up for renewal, learning online with the CE Shop is the best way to renew.
I have a wife and a dog, and we just bought a house. We have a new house. It was built in the 20s, but it was flipped in 2014, which means it's haunted, but it has a lovely kitchen backsplash. Actually, we didn't buy a house, a bank bought a house, and I'm allowed to keep my shirts and pants there while I pay it off for 30 years. The woman from the bank came over and she showed me my mortgage broken down month by month for 30 years. And she said, so for instance, this is what you'll pay in July of 2029. And I burst out laughing. I was like, 2029? That's not a real year. By 2029, I'll be drinking moon juice with President Jonathan Taylor Thomas. I'm not gonna be writing you a paper check. I like having a house, but I loved looking for a house because I love real estate agents. I mean, they are the true heroes. They really are. Have you ever watched HGTV? Real estate agents have to deal with the dumbest people in the world making the biggest decisions of their lives. Every episode of HGTV is like, Craig and Stasia are looking for a 2-story A-frame that's near Craig's job in the downtown, but also satisfies Stasia's need to be near the beach, which is nowhere near Craig's job. With 3 children and 9 on the way, and a max budget of $7. Let's see what Lori Jo can do on this week's episode of You Don't Deserve a Beach House. I loved our real estate agent. It was so fun to hang out with her. It was like hanging out with my mom. Because you know, real estate agents always look like your mom. And they have various Chico's accoutrements, and they always have kind of fun mom energy. And they're always so excited to see you two. We would have little conferences before we walked into a house. She'd go, let's talk before we go in. We're like 2 feet from the door. So there's no toilets. And I know that was on your lists. But I think I can get him to budge. Let's go. So we'd have a real estate agent, and then like the house would have a real estate agent who's just some guy sitting in a big chair, and these two always hated each other. It'd be like, hi, Tony, hi, Kim. It's like, Jesus Christ, what were you two in the Eagles together? What is the animosity about?
All right, is that accurate or what? Oh my gosh, well, the toilet's not so much, but oh my gosh, that was, there is one that he's actually talking on stage, and that's the one that I thought we were gonna have. But it's the same monologue. It's hilarious. So how many of you can relate to that? Yeah, just this week. Yeah, just yesterday. Yeah, just this morning. Sure. So, all right. It takes a lot of courage to have an attitude of gratitude during the dark times, but once you have it, it empowers you. Why do we always start with gratitude?
Because it's the highest form of energy.
It's the highest form of energy. That's exactly right. So, Miss Energy, what are you grateful for today?
Oh, it's my turn again?
Yes.
I'm grateful for this lovely meal
Ooh.
that I've already spilled.
All right, all right, all right. Give me two more. I have two more kisses to give away. What are you grateful for today? Miss Raina.
My husband had to do a second shoulder surgery in his recovery. I thank you for my patience.
Woo. I know. I know. Scott just got his sling off. He's so happy. He came home last night. He threw it on the ground and he kicked it. He said, "I'm done with this thing." Yeah. Mhm. All right, I got one more. Tell me one more. What are you grateful for? You know, I'm gonna call you too. What? Miss Raven.
For her, that my sister had passed by.
Awesome. That's awesome. All right, you guys. Gratitude does mean a lot, right? Because when your clients change their minds again, that they were sure they wanted to be in Roswell, but then they couldn't find Roswell. And next thing you know, you end up in Jefferson
Riverdale.
or River. Am I right, you guys? Am I right? Then gratitude is the only thing that as you're driving out Jefferson, right? You're grateful that you're going to get a commission. Am I right? Because sometimes that's the only thing that we have. Because they've changed their minds a gazillion times. So, okay. Tammy, Kathy is not here. Tammy, how is our Kathy?
She's doing okay.
Yeah, give us an update.
Yeah, for those of you guys that don't know or don't follow Kathy, her mom passed away last Wednesday. So she was 90 years young, beautiful. She went to take a nap and didn't wake up, and you know, to be so fortunate to just be resting. So she's good. Kathy is working. If you guys have anything going with her, please feel free to reach out. She's actually in our Alabama office today. So she'll be back to
And people like Kathy need to work.
yeah, honestly,
Right,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
do call her. Don't pull back. She needs that.
She does, yeah, honestly, quick text, if you get her voicemail, a little message, she would love that. She'd
Yeah.
love to hear from you guys.
Mhm.
But yeah, real quick, I know we got a lot going on today, but I wanted to just remind you guys, rates are still horrible, so we're gonna. Get there? Nothing to report there, nothing to report there. But tomorrow, I actually did want to pass this out. If you guys are interested and can join us, we've got a new platform that we're going to be rolling out. We'd love to share with you guys. It's called HomeBot. If they close with us, the client's automatically going to get it, but every month HomeBot will send them what their current value is doing on their property.
I love that. I just got one.
Yeah, it's such a great platform. We're so excited to be able to offer this to you guys.
Love it.
Yeah, it's
Accurate,
amazing. Oh, it's very accurate. And it gives them tips on what to do with their equity. It also talks about removing PMI. I mean, there's so many great things. So we're super, super excited. It is tomorrow at 2. I know it's short notice, but we wanted to get it out. If you guys can take the class, great. I'm just gonna put one for each so that they want to scan the code.
Oh, got it. There's a code on there.
There's a
Right.
QR code. So definitely if you can, but listen, if for whatever reason you can't, because it's short notice, we're gonna actually have somebody from HomeBot come here and talk about it in detail, and we'll let everybody know that. But we're excited about it. So thank you
Yeah.
for having me,
Yeah.
guys.
Thank you. Everybody give them some love. Yeah. All right, Ensign. Come on up, Ensign in your blue shirts. We got James and Ryan, that's right. I'm so sorry for forgetting your name, Ryan. Everybody give James and Ryan a good. Did you bring us breakfast or breakfast?
Yes,
today?
we
Thank
did.
you so much for that wonderful breakfast.
Yeah. Hope you enjoyed it. Good. So once again, my name is James. This is Ryan. We are with Ensign Building Solutions. So we are a all restoration company and construction. So we do all things mold, water, fire restoration. For water, we have emergency water mitigation services. So if there's situations where you got a plumbing leak or something like that, we can have a crew go out, perform emergency water mitigation. We do fire restoration, something that's been burned. We can go in there, do full restoration, remove all the burned items, all the chemicals. We deal with that. And then we also perform the construction as well too. We have a DC department that does full renovations. So if you got a kitchen that needs updating, bathroom that needs updating, or a whole house, we can do that too. We have a GC department that does pretty much everything renovations, and we can also build custom luxury homes as well too. Anything you want to throw in there?
Yeah, as he mentioned, water mitigation, we also do mold remediation and radon.
Radon.
So, and if you have a new construction, we can do a passive system beforehand, which makes it much cheaper than if the house is already constructed. Yes, ma'am.
You do pay close?
We do. We do pay it close. Or it's not.
Yes, if you provide us with an addendum to address concerns, we can get all that priced out, but it's all added into the closing documents, and we select for those things in closing. And it's usually things that are related to mold remediation and radon mitigation. That will be things that we do for collective closing. Some other things we could do too, but it's a case by case type of thing.
I've used them personally and they've always done really, really great work. So everybody give Ensign some love.
All right, so Rita, come on up. McMichael and Gray, everybody get.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
All right, well, I'll keep it quick today. I just wanted to chat with y'all a little bit about name changes when it comes to closing and deeds. We had a closing 2 weeks ago where the buyer was about to get married and had asked what she needed to do when she got her name changed. The answer to that is nothing if she doesn't want to. So once you purchase the property, it's going to be the name, of course, what it currently is on your driver's license. But once your client gets married, they actually don't have to do anything at that time unless they just want to. But be careful with that, because if they do end up doing a deed to change their name, so they would basically deed it to themselves, make sure that if it's a homestead property, that they're going to have to reapply for homestead. You don't want that to fall off once they're applying for a deed. But if they keep it the same way that they had their driver's license prior to changing their name, all that'll happen is when they go to sell the property, the closing attorney at that point would ask for a copy of the marriage certificate, and they would put wording on the deed that says formerly known as on there, so they don't have to do anything. But just keep that in mind, that if they do insist, nope, I want it in my married name, that's fine. But just make sure they know that they need to reapply for the homestead exemption, just to make sure that does not fall off the property. Don't want any surprises when their taxes go up, just trying to change their name. So just keep that in mind, and I'll let Rhea tell you about some exciting classes we have coming up.
All right, so we've had trivia in the past, we've had Brett Tanner, and tomorrow we have class with Amy. So we have class tomorrow at 1 p.m., 1 to 2 tomorrow with Amy, talking about how to save the deal at the closing table. And then we also wanted to promote our class, which is, I guess, popular by demand, which is returning next month, the Builder CE class. So building your foundation and construction with Randy McMichael and David Hagan. It will start part 1 on September 11th at 1 p.m. So it'll be from 1 to 4. All right, so we hope to see you guys there. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, guys.
If you haven't taken that construction class, it's great. And Rhea, correct me if I'm wrong, but they get 9 hours of CE if they do all 3 parts.
Yes, that's correct.
So it's a great class. It is a really good class.
Nice, okay. All right, so a couple of other alliance partners. Is Kelly on Zoom? All right, Kelly Lukendas with 210 Home Warranty. She likes to say, when you go with 210 Home Warranty, you get her because she's a great advocate for you. Michael Harris with Georgia Natural Gas. You guys, this is a great way for your clients to save money on their utilities, on their gas. And then Derek White, Up Equity. Stand up, Derek. Tell us all about, come on up real quick. Tell us all about Up Equity. Real quick, 10 seconds.
All right.
1, 2, 3, you're done. Sorry. I'm kidding.
So just want to start off by saying thank you for all the applications. Got a message Friday before last from the CEO of our company asking me what's going on in Georgia, and my answer was KW Roswell. So seriously, thank you. I mean, they fell off a bit last week, but that had more to do with race than anything, I think. Real quick, not to repeat myself, but I'm still a new partner at Up Equity. For your clients who have a home that they need to sell prior to purchasing a new home, we will make your clients much more competitive by eliminating the need for your client to include a home sale contingency with that offer. So we're going to either give them an advance against the equity in their existing home to use for down payment on a new home, or we're going to buy their old home outright in order to free them up to purchase a new home. So anyway, I appreciate all your business. Thank you, guys.
Y'all there, Dave, thank you. Here is Derek's information and the website. So feel free, this is a tool that you don't want to, that you really, if you will be remiss if you do not tell your sellers about this, right? So it's a tremendous opportunity. Tools to help you do more business. How many of you have used BankShot in the past? Okay, good, nobody. That's great, because we just canceled BankShot because they decided they wanted to charge us $200 a month. For what? With 3 people using it. So continue to use Earnest. And then these are, remember, you can go to kwroswelltraining.com for recorded classes and on-demand training. We've got some classes coming up. I don't need to tell you what's up on the screen. Please get your calendars, come here. This one's going to be really, really great. Sam is doing AI for real estate agents. That should be a packed class this afternoon. Today. Should be a packed class, you guys, because Sam is going to show you all about how to use AI in within Command and within your real estate as a whole. Okay, more 10 to win. You guys, it's up there. I'm not going to read everything for you. Except I am going to highlight this only because this drew my attention. I don't know why, but it did. So at Susan Corley's house, this coming Saturday, 6 to 10 p.m., bring a snack or a beverage to share. This is where we just let our hair down and get to know each other. And so please come, Susan. We don't like to clean our house for nothing, right, Susan? Right. So let's all thank Susan by clean that, we're going to show up because she cleaned her house for us. I'm sure her house is spotless all the time, but like whenever you go, oh, she laughs. We'll move on then. We're just going to move on. Career visioning. How many of you want to build your own team? How many of you? Okay, good. Kim is the only one in the whole country, right? Thank you. You're on stage. You guys need to be here, right? Yes, you guys need to. But guess what? It's up at the North Atlanta office at Alpharetta, 9 a.m. September 29th. Gene Rivers is talking about it. It is an HR course within 6 hours. I'm telling you, it's amazing. Come on now, everybody give a drum roll.
Some of us I do. Some of us went to mega camp.
Yes, we did.
And I don't know about you, but I came back not only with a head full of knowledge, but a head full of cold.
She did.
And so I did. I was very, very sick Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I didn't go to church yesterday. I did watch it online. But I will tell you, yesterday afternoon, the tables turned and I was able to be here today, and I am great. Unfortunately about Melba, something that happens is when I do get sick, one thing lingers with me for quite a while, and that's a cough. So I do have a crazy cough, but that's just something, if you know me, when I get sick, for some reason that stays with me for a while. But I'm glad to be here. So I have several things to talk about. One,
Pause for that.
Amen. Georgia Legacy Group has a policy, and that policy is that the affiliated business arrangement disclosure must be attached to every purchase and sale agreement as an exhibit, period, period, period. Are there any questions? We know it's not comfortable, but I laugh because the other day, another company had their affiliated business arrangement disclosure. And I laughed. How many times did we let that go through all these years? Haven't we, Merle?
Yes.
We've had theirs. So I'm sorry, it's our policy. Your buyer must sign it. Let's move on. Does it mean they're using it? No. What does it say at the top? Acknowledgement that we, as Georgia Legacy Group, have a partnership with these people. That's all we're telling them. So anyway, needs to be an exhibit. Hello. Good. Next. This is a true story. Shocked me. Not sure how it's going to end up being settled, but a buyer wrote an offer on a property. He It didn't close. He had a good deal on it. About a year later, the listing agent, the seller side, put it back on the market. He did. He got an offer. And when he got an offer, it was for substantially more than the buyer that wrote the offer a year ago. But the buyer that wrote it a year ago came and said, I still have a deal. If you come to any of my classes, I tell you this, in my contract class, I wish they would change the word closing date to default date, because something has to happen. It closes, go get the Prosecco. It doesn't close, or let's say we get an extension. Have we done that before, where the closing was supposed to be today, but we get an extension for another date? So that's okay. So that's one, it closes, we get an extension. But the third thing is what we've got to do. Something has to happen if it doesn't close. It closes, an extension, or a default. Somebody is in default. Would you agree?
Yes.
If it doesn't close today, somebody is in default. You must declare it in default. That default is F522, unilateral notice to terminate. Everybody remember that form?
Yeah.
All right. So let's go back to the scenario I just told you. That listing agent, the buyer didn't close. They didn't do that 522. So we have two of these. One of them was about 6 months apart, one of them was a year apart. Does everybody get this? You have a license, you have the forms. Something has to happen if it doesn't close. It closes. You get an extension signed by all parties to extend it, or you do L522.
Somebody will turn.
Now, are you ready? Here's what? Earnest money has nothing to do. Unilateral termination. Does anybody know what unilateral means?
One
side. Okay, one side. So somebody can terminate. So if it doesn't close, one party can call the other in default. I blame the listing agents on both of those scenarios I just told you. But I did talk, and another somebody said, if this happens, everybody's going down. It's got to be default, right? Okay, but the bottom line of the 522 says proposed dispersal of earnest money. I wrote more 10-day letters this summer than I've ever written before. Proposed dispersal of earnest money, you can fight over for a week, for a month, for 6 months. It can go to court, but it has nothing to do with the top portion where it says unilateral, right? So we might not decide on earnest money, but that's okay. It isn't okay, but it's at least you terminated. Does everybody get it?
Yeah.
Does everybody understand that? Okay, something that correlates with that now, that we're having trouble with in compliance. The Real Estate Commission says we have to have all of the files. Every time you write something, your license doesn't allow you to sell real estate. Your license does not allow you to sell real estate. I'm so sorry. The only way you can sell real estate in the state of Georgia is to be with a brokerage. So that's why your everything you do has to be with a brokerage company. We're good? All right. So you have to have files. Every time you do something, we have to have a copy. Well, some of you are too young to remember metal file cabinets. I say I didn't know. But we used to put everything in a metal file cabinet. Today, that metal file cabinet is called Command. Everybody got it? So let's go back to the scenario that I just told you. It terminated. I did what Melva told me. I did the unilateral notice. I can go ahead and list the property. I can go ahead and put it under contract, even though we're still fighting over earnest money. But when you go into Command, into opportunities, you do not replace it. You create a new opportunity. Because that still needs to stay in our file. Does that make sense? It terminated, but you were a part of the deal, and we need to have a copy. Does that make sense? So don't replace it. Create a new opportunity. Does everybody understand that part? Yes. Good. I think that is all I have for this group today. Is there anything else that I can help you with?
We have been thoroughly admonished. Yes, Amber.
You said create a new opportunity. Can we not create another file in that
Same
opportunity?
thing. Yeah, yeah. But just don't get rid, what we're having.
Right, don't replace that.
What's happening is people are replacing. And when you replace it, that goes away, and now we don't have that in our file. Does it make sense? You know, Melda likes to make sure you understand. That's why I started off with, everything you do has to be under a brokerage, and we need to be able to see it. And when you replace it, we can't see it anymore. Yes,
Can you mark it as a lost opportunity and does that?
I'm sorry.
So usually it's something that is good for you to mark it as a lost opportunity, is that?
No, that's not that good. Lost opportunity, all I know is, there's a place that says lost opportunity.
Yeah. So-
As long as you do it, well, but that would be more of a lost opportunity, would be if we did actually get invested. But if it was under contract, already in there under contract, does that make sense? So what happens is that people are going in and replacing it because it's their listing and they got another offer, so they're replacing. But your situation is more when you get 5 offers and you just want to keep them in there with the lost opportunity, you didn't accept it. Or you wrote an offer and it didn't get accepted. We good? Thank you, great question.
Shouldn't the offer still be in there though? Shouldn't you be able to see all the offers?
Yes, ma'am, that's why she said that. You can't, you're just not taking them out. Yeah, I know this, it's the kind of thing where you gotta remember, I gotta still leave it in my file.
I'm gonna give you an example. We got a phone call from Austin, from KWRI, about an agent that left many, many years ago, but it was about a deal that she had while she was at KW. We had to have that paperwork, and it was 7, 8 years ago, right? So it's things like that. You never know what's gonna come up. She has to be able to get to your stuff, and that's the only way she can do it.
So I have one quick question. So do they ever expire? These
What
deals?
expires?
So I've got a.
No, the person that came back a year later. Did anybody get that part?
Yeah. No, but I, like, you know, tax records, you don't have to keep them after 7 years.
Well, I don't
Like
do
that.
taxes. I got it. Yours are real estate. Georgia Real Estate Commission says y'all have to keep them for 3 years. That's what the Georgia Real Estate Commission says, 3 years.
That answers my question. Thank you.
All right. Mama Melba's in the house. Thank you, Melba. I appreciate that. And thank you for coming, even though you may not feel 100%. But thank you for doing that. This is what it means to be a team player. Thank you, Melba.
So what happens when you go to Megan again?
I know. I told you it was a KW crud. You guys, this is the ABAD.
You know what happens at the Oasis, Melba?
I didn't go this year.
Yeah, okay. All right, Bold is back, you guys. Bold is coming in October. It's gonna be over at the Holiday Inn again, which I love because it's close to the office. So can somebody remind me how many transactions that we usually get that an agent can typically get in Bold? Nice try. Higher. 11. We've actually tracked it. That when most people take Bold, you can average 11 more transactions in your pipeline. I'd like at least one more in the pipeline, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
Right? So 11, that's nice. What if you only got 2 more? Is it worth $800 to get 2 deals at an average of $450,000, $13,500? Yeah, right? Okay, so enough about that. We'll talk about Bold later. This is Bold, this is Bold, this is Bold, this week's update. Are you guys loving this number? Yeah. About stinking time. Yes, Deborah.
You know who's teaching Bold this fall?
Yes, David Jones. I met him last week. Different David Jones than who, Nicole, do you remember David Jones that taught right here in this market center like 10 years ago or something?
I remember David Long.
David Long, that's who it is. David Jones is going to be teaching. David Jones,
Okay.
not David Long. And no, I knew. Then I saw him and I'm like, no, different David.
David Long is like 5'2".
Yes, and David Jones is not 5'2".
He lives his life.
All right, so Bold is going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. It'll be coming up in October, more information. But you guys, over 9,500 homes. About stinking time, we're getting some more inventory. Keep it coming. Keep it coming.
Of inventory I noticed went down.
I'm sorry?
Your months of supply has gone down this week.
It did. It was at 2.3 and now it's at 2.2. Yep. 10 days median, 33 average. Okay, so 7.5% interest rate. It just sucks. What are you gonna do, right? Okay, we're gonna skip this. We've got the listing contest. Keep on getting your listings because we're gonna have so much fun on September 5th. And then mega agent recap. You can click there and go through the whole mega camp playlist. So if you didn't make it, go here. All right, I'm super excited about this. How many of you have read the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book? How many have read it more than one time? Raise your hand. How many have read it more than 2 times? Raise your hand. 3 times. 4 times. 5 times. 6 times. Nice. Now, here's what I want to point out. This guy, I'm not going to jinx it. I'm not going to jinx you. But you're doing really good this year and you might be MREA, but I didn't say it.
They might be, they're going to be MREA in 5 deals.
Okay, I'm not going to jinx it, but you're going to be MREA.
You're gonna be.
Okay. And so 6 times you've read the MREA book.
It's probably each section, maybe 20, 30 times. It's on my desk. It's referred to all the time. It's how I live my life.
There you go. It's the playbook, yes?
Playbook.
MREA team this year.
Yeah.
MREA team since 2014, 15. MREA since, and he's read it the second most and probably referred to it as much as he has.
Absolutely.
Huh. I see a parallel here, right? Not a bad idea to read it, but guess what? KWRI, Jason Abrams, brilliant dude, just created an entire playbook. It's good. I pre-ordered it and I am so bummed. It was supposed to be here. I should have bought it at Mega Camp. But I was like, oh no, I'm gonna pre-order it. It'll be there when I get back. It's still not here.
I have read it, and the sad part about it is, they should have put this out years ago.
They should have.
Because what it is, it's taken the MREA and boiled it down, okay, here it is. This is what you do. It is amazing. I read it on the plane coming back. It's just unbelievable. So it's $30. It's well worth it. I don't know if you ordered a lot of them. Some offices.
Yeah, we will be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then sell them back to you, but they are worth the $30. They really, really are. It's definitely a playbook of how to do what the book says.
They ran out of them at Mega Camp. And then somehow found some more.
They went
On the last day.
out and printed them and spiral bound them, and that's how I got mine.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. High
They did
demand.
100.
So this is gonna be amazing. So you can click here for the link for it. We will also be ordering more. I don't know if you'll get yours first, before we get ours, but definitely go with that. We will do this another time because Tim Tebow was pretty awesome. Did you get to see Tim Tebow?
No, I
Love that. Okay.
Is that in the slide deck so we can access that?
You'll be able to push play. It's not the full keynote speech. It's his key points on it. So it's just a short video on his key.
Is there any way to get the full speech? Because it was truly amazing, truly amazing.
That's a good question that I don't have the answer to.
I'm sure it will be on, it will be,
I just don't know when, and if it will be the full one, because, there was one speaker last year or the year before, they didn't allow it. They didn't allow the whole thing. I don't remember who that was. Oh, I think it was the woman, the sports woman.
Molly McKee.
No, not Molly Bloom. She was at Steel Mastermind. It was a family reunion.
Happiness, Molly McKee.
Molly McKee. Yeah. That one wouldn't be allowed. Okay, without further ado, y'all. Why would anybody want to join a team? Tell me what? Support. Support? What else?
Leverage. What else? More time. Stability. Leads. What else?
It's fun.
It's fun. Camaraderie. Camaraderie. Right.
That you might want to follow.
Say that again on Zoom.
Systems in place that you want to.
Just sort of plug into, right? Yeah, yeah. So you're going to get to meet a few of the teams today and learn a little bit about them and a little bit about what they're looking for and how they work and where their leads are coming from and things like that. Here is why you don't join a team. Are you ready? This is why you don't join a team, Anne. You don't join a team so you can take all the leads, learn how to do the team, see you later in 6 months after the team owner has just dropped several thousands of dollars on you, training you, and then thank you so much for teaching me how to do this. It's awesome. Am I right, Tom?
You're right.
Right. And now, because I know what it is, that when you have a team, you pour into them, you take them to mega camp and family reunion, you put them in, and then you teach them how to convert the leads, and you provide all these leads. It costs around $400 to $600 a piece. And then, oh, thank you so much for teaching me how to do this. This is great. See ya. Don't do that to them. Please don't do that. Okay, a team means you're in it. You're gonna find out what his vision is, and you're gonna come alongside and you're gonna say, we're doing this. We're doing this together. And yes, you're gonna learn, and yes, you're gonna get leads, and yes, you're going to learn how to work with investors. You're gonna learn how to do those contracts. You're going to do that, but you're doing it together. Am I right? Are we good? Sound good? Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. Go get another second, another bite to eat if you want to. This meeting is now adjourned, and you guys can jump up and go around, just talk to everybody. Talk to everybody and get to know each other, right? Now we're also.